What's going on to you Taurus out there? Hope y'all are having a great day. So you Taurus have the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and you Taurus have the Justice card right here. So the Nine of Cups right here represents the total cognitive dissonance that somebody had with you. That's why it is that you also have the Justice that came up, right? The cognitive dissonance that another person had with you, thinking that you Taurus would have took care of them. You were in a position to actually take care of them, and they were looking at you like you Taurus are essentially a come up. And that's how it is that they wanted to treat you, like a come up. Instead of you Taurus being treated like a human being with decency and respect, they wanted to treat you Taurus like a come up, like, oh, you know, this is what it is that you Taurus get for being so well prepared. You know, they're going to sit back and coast on your dime and your time. But the Justice represents things didn't necessarily go the way that they intended it to. They thought that you Taurus were lackadaisical. They thought that you Taurus didn't really know the game. This even could be somebody that you are just now getting to know. You're talking to them a few times. They expect you to do everything. I want you Taurus to understand that y'all did the right thing. Because whenever it is that you see somebody at the very beginning, you talking to them, you reaching out, hey, what's going on with you? And you find yourself doing things first, and then you take a step back and you Taurus go, you know what? You're going to go ahead and take a step back. You're not even necessarily going to put yourself out there right now. You're just going to take a step back and see what happens. And the person decides not to take a step towards you and actually put in an effort when it comes to you. That means that that whole relationship is a dub. They're already showing you from the jump. They don't even have what it takes. They don't even have the decency and the integrity to even do what's right at the very beginning. And too often times, people end up mistaking that, right? They end up overlooking that for whatever reason, regardless of whether they don't find anything wrong with it, or regardless if they know what's wrong with it, but they're choosing to ignore it anyway. If a person is not going to be reciprocal when it comes to calling you first, trying to see what's going on with you or whatnot, don't even waste your time, Taurus. That's a person that's already showing you they're a dub. So the Page of Pentacles and the Hermit now is about how so since that's the case, right? A lot of you Taurus also have to take into consideration that, again, they really thought that they had you Taurus wrapped around their finger. They thought that you Taurus were slow because you're bulls, and bulls don't really like to move too much sometimes, and bulls can be lazy sometimes. But they don't understand that when a bull is ready to actually make a move, then it's going to go. You know what I mean? That bull is storing its energy. When that bull is ready to make a move, it's going to go when it's ready. So if you've never been to Spain and watched the bulls run, go ahead and type it in on YouTube. I haven't. I've never been to Spain. I've typed it in YouTube. Listen, when a bull is ready to go, there's not a whole lot that's going to stop it from going, you know? So the Five of Wands now represents how they were trying to bring out that part of you where you could be doing everything for them and not question it. But that didn't go down as well as they thought it would have. The Five of Wands is about, you know, they kept getting on your nerves because, you know, you Taurus just kept getting like little undertones of, hey, you know, this person is trying to be around you to use you, right? And you Taurus essentially picked up on that. They're just trying to be around you to use you because, you know, when you're not paying for something, they're trying to like ridicule you. They're making fun of you. And it's like, what is up with this idea? What is up with this? Like how you choose to spend your money is not just a privilege, it's a right. That's called freedom of choice. That's how you Taurus choose to spend your money. So Who and where and why you Taurus choose to spend your money is none of this person's business. And for them, the audacity for them to be so entitled, they think that they're going to be ridiculing you and talking crazy to you. That wasn't even a person that you would have even spent a long time with. So this is why a lot of you Taurus decided to actually get out ahead in front of it and Ten of Swords it, like, because you've been around this block a couple of times, you know what happens, and you know that, when it comes to relationships is not a one-way street. And I'm so glad that you Taurus have been really picking this up. A relationship is not a one-way street. It's not about if this person is you know what I'm saying? Like this tax of somebody's got to take advantage of the other person. It's like, why is it that relationships are even like this in the first place? And to be quite frank with you, I've always disliked that type of stuff, yo. Like, oh my God, like, y'all have no idea how much I've always disliked this type of stuff. Like, this ideology that it's two people getting together, but it's always this weird, dysfunctional mix of this negotiation of like, somebody's got to take advantage of somebody else while we in this thing. So you're either going to take advantage of me or I'm going to take advantage of you. It can never be square dealings. It could never be the two of us just have each other's backs, because we actually like each other. We love each other. We have the similar value systems. So we're actually in this thing. We, with the whole bad boys thing, we ride together. We go out together, for life. We're in a relationship for life. It's not like that a lot of times. A lot of times the way that a lot of these modern day relationships is, I'm this. You supposed to know. You supposed to give this to me. This my right. And it's like, it's like, no, that's not what a right is. A right is something that is shared equally, equitably, and equally amongst everybody. That's what a right is. A right is something to where freedom of association, freedom of choice. You get to pick and choose your own choices. You're not a totalitarian, right? You get to pick and choose your own choices, where it is that you want to spend your money, how you want to live your life. The decision is yours. A privilege is something that's like petty and nitpicky. One person may have a TV and the other person may not be in a financial position to afford a TV. You understand what I'm saying? That's not a right. You have a right to choose to get a TV, but having a TV is not a right. Everybody is not entitled to have a TV when they're born. Why? It's a privilege. It's not something that you have to have. Otherwise, it kind of ruins the quality of your life, or it severely ruins the quality. That's not what it is. So when you have people who have this type of entitled mentality, it really goes to show you, Taurus, how warped they are. They're misconstruing privileges for rights. They have this ideology that they have a right to other people's attention and finances and covering, right? If they ever need help, you can cover for them. You have their back. You could bail them out. And that's totally not even true at all. And the fact that they have this type of mentality goes to show you, you Taurus got out in time. You have a lot of people sometimes who will stay and wait and see what happens. And they'll be like, oh, well, even though I see the writing on the wall, I'm going to wait to see what happens. This person is starting to steal money out of this person started to steal the money out of your bank account. Yeah, well, we don't necessarily know yet. You and the person who you're dating are the only two people who have access to your bank account, unless the bank is doing it. Unless the bank can show you some form of proof that they're stealing your money. Did you go to the bank? Are they stealing your money? Nah, but we don't know who stole it though. Are you taking out your own money to do something? No. So who could be stealing? Oh, I don't know. People go there with it. Right? So the Seven of Swords now, the Six of Swords now is, again, you saw the writing on the wall. I'm a little bit ahead of myself. And you saw that, hey, this isn't going to be a relationship. This isn't going to be a relationship. This isn't going to be someone that you could get to know long term. This is someone that is a quick fix. There's someone for you to have some sort of spontaneous, very short-term fun. Meaning one time and that's it. And the King of Wands and the Unalive card represent you, Taurus, are just not down with that. You want something sustainable, long-term, respectful, something that you could feel proud of yourself when you walk outside the house. You're like, hey, the person who I'm with love me, and I'm happy to go I'm happy to go handle my business. So you're still in the search for that, but let's clarify. But you know what it is that you want now. Why that's important in the first place is because, again, you Taurus are becoming a lot better at being able to see the writing on the wall. And that writing on the wall, especially right, prematurely at the very beginning, no matter how subtle it is evidence of this. A person can't control their temper. They start spazzing out on you for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Stupid stuff like this. The person is calling somebody else narcissistic, but then it's like they can't be wrong all the time. You go ahead, you correct them on certain things and they switch. No, I didn't do that type. It's like, that's all of that is a dub. Y'all got issues. And whatever it is that y'all want to say, people need to stay far away from a person who has that type of goofy mentality. No wonder why they're bums. Anyway, let's clarify the let's clarify the unalive card. And then Scorpio always seems to show up when I do Taurus readings. Anyway, King of Cups, Knight of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Six of Cups. Ooh. So the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands. You're not. The Six of Cups. This person is coming back. This person who you were just getting to know is going to come back and reach out to you again and act like you deciding to ghost them or tell them that you didn't want to have anything to do with them. They're going to act like that didn't happen, right? I had to go to the last card first, right? The King of Cups and the Knight of Wands, however, is here they are trying to play it up like you, Taurus, did something really outstandingly wrong with them, but they're going to go ahead and forgive you. And you, Taurus, are standing on business because you, Taurus, are like, you didn't do anything wrong. They were not compatible with you. Therefore, you stopped talking to them. Plain and simple. It wasn't anything that was meant to be personal at all. You and this person don't have the same values. You don't share a lot of the same values. So because of this, you, Taurus, just made an impersonal, non-revengeful or vindictive decision to just stay away from them. But see, that's the thing. They hurt because they actually need you. So the Three of Pentacles and Temperance is about how it doesn't matter for them. Because you, Taurus, they could tell you that they miss you and all of that, but some of you, Taurus, aren't even going to reply. The Taurus that does reply, y'all are just going to tell them, you're going to tell them the truth. Things didn't go the way that you wanted it to with them because they don't show you any kind of traits that are desirable long term. So you just decided to be wise and leave. And they're going to act like they're going to try to negotiate with you, right? Some of them are going to act like they're going to change their ways. But why would you want them to change their ways? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, that's my thing. Like, they should be changing their ways on their own. Like, why would you want to see somebody that you already announced, hey, you know, I see some snake activity? Why would you want them to change their pattern if they could? You understand? To make it seem like they were just non-poisonous garden snakes. You understand what I'm saying? Then they turn into a cobra or a rattlesnake or something like this, which is highly venomous. And then the next thing you know, they catch you, right? Like, why would you want them to change their scales to get you to think that they're not dangerous when they actually are? You want to see them being dangerous and be at a safe distance enough for you not to get affected by it and stay away from them. And no matter what it is that they say, the fact that they're saying that they're going to negotiate that is a problem, because they're telling you, hey, I'm a chameleon, and I'm going to change everything to be able to fit into what it is that you're saying that you want short term, just so I could snake you a different way. So you just, you know, you really got to be wise out here to that type of stuff. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. There's a link in the comment section below called the Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website where there's all the ways to get personal reading from me, as well as birth chart readings, as well as the books that I have that are on Amazon.